All right, so now we are in the groove layer. A couple things to note about this layer is you can do it one of two ways. I'm going to actually show you guys the faster way of doing this just because it is worth learning to do. And I highly recommend it just because, like, there's so much yapping in this layer. This layer is actually very, very boring to play through in the speedrun. It is probably the most disliked layer among all speedrunners of this game. We have two clips that we perform in this layer, and they are not anything like the landfill layer clip. These ones actually do require setups, and I will explain my setup, but there are multiple different setups that other people use. If you want to check those out, you can find them in the community Discord server. I will have that link down below. But the clips are called, the first one is called the acute angle clip, where you use a chunk to clip through a wall, through a gate. And then the second clip that we do, I didn't name this. I don't know why it's named this. I have no idea why. I don't get it. I do understand that it is from the Minecraft movie, the Minecraft game, but I do not understand why they called this clip the way they did. The second clip is called the chicken jockey clip. But yeah, so I'll explain those once I get to them in the layer. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to jump and dive punch down, just ZL and B until you break through the floor here. Once you land in the water, go through this golden path. Once just kind of roll punch, mash through it. Once you're here, just pick up a chunk. Doesn't matter what chunk it is. Just pick up any chunk off the ground, any of these silver chunks. And then what I like to do, what most people like to do, they like to climb up and like do some weird setup here in the middle of the X. I don't like to do that. I like to climb up right about like as low as I can onto the wall. About right there. Should be good. And then once you're here, you're going to want to turn your camera around and aim up at the wall. You're going to hold ZR to trigger your aim. And then I like to throw the chunk right about here. And it's like along this like black shadow from this pointy thing coming out of the ceiling. I like to throw it about the center of that, about like right. So the motion controls are a little annoying, but right about on the edge of the black shadow there. And you're gonna throw the chunk right. Once you do, it'll look something like that. And then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna climb up the wall, and you're gonna come over here, and you're gonna hold up and left until you clip through the wall, just like that. And as you can see, we are now on the other side. It's pretty consistent for me. Other people have other consistent ways of doing it by going to the center of the X and clipping through it, but this has always worked for me. I don't know why, but yeah, that's my setup. I would recommend rewatching this video just to kind of get an idea of where you need to throw it if you want to learn off this one. Once again, another thing I recommend doing, create multiple save files for this layer so you can practice this. Make sure you get it consistently before you do it in runs. Highly recommended. Saving here is not going to affect it. If I load the save, I'm going to be back at the beginning in the jail cell anyway. But yeah. Once you clip through the wall, then you're going to go forward here, and you're going to come up to this soft like material on this wall, and you're going to want to jump up a little bit and punch a hole. And then you're going to ZL and Y roll punch through this, like kind of not quickly. Your normal like ZL Y punch, not too fast, just kind of like alternating each other about a half a second between like on each, like both inputs equals like maybe a half a second. So like a ZLY, 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 just to get through there. The reason you go up a little bit higher is to avoid all of these like little bombs that are around. If you accidentally like roll into one, you'll bonk off of it because it's a solid object, and then you might get an explosion and you might end up dying, and then you have to start all over in this layer. So that's why I recommend like going up a little bit higher and then roll through. Once you're through, you'll be in this room. Immediately turn around and climb up this wall. Just X smash through the gold, pick up a gold chunk, and then jump into the barrel. Once you do, AFAT and go this way, and then head towards this door from that barrel. So we're gonna skip those two doors, and we're gonna do this third one. What's nice about this is, like, again, we don't have to go through the whole sequence of like all the dialogue and crap from those fractones and Poppy and do the whole section there. Instead, we can just clip through this ceiling here and proceed. Now this is where it is a good idea to have some balloons available, because it is very easy to accidentally find a death void, a death zone up in here. The balloon will save you from completely ruining your run. So again, this is the chicken jockey clip, and this is the this is one where people have multiple different setups for it. I found one I enjoy, or that I like to do. Again, it's all personal preference. You can find more setups in the Discord server. If you want to use mine, that's completely fine. It's up to you. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to jump up on this wall. Don't do anything to the fractone yet. If you do something to the fractone, you might mess this up. So make sure you don't accidentally like break anything on him or anything like that. Just jump up onto this wall, and then what you're gonna want to do is line DK's lips up on this specific triangle, basically about the same height as the fractone, right? You're gonna line DK's lips up onto this wall, and then you're gonna press B to get off the wall, and then you're not gonna turn around or anything. You're just gonna press ZR, and you're gonna grab a chunk from the fractone, and then you're gonna hold ZR, and you're gonna aim up as high as you can. And then, like, your camera can't go up any higher than this. Like, you can move it left and right here, but it can't go up any higher. You're going to aim as high as you can go, and you're going to aim right here in between the two sides of that triangle, just like that, right there, and throw the chunk. Once you do that, you now have your setup, and you're going to climb up the wall. And if done correctly, you can just easily phase through the ceiling, just like that. Now this is where I recommend having the balloons. If you just jump over the wall from here, chances are you're going to void out and trigger the balloon. What I would recommend doing instead is kind of taking your time, sit on the wall here, move to the right just a little bit. I have the right joystick button press bound to center the camera. I would recommend centering the camera up with this like gray pillar that's like right in front of me here. Center it up. And then just move forward to get up here, and then once again move forward and then roll out of it, and now you're back in and you've successfully clipped through the wall. Very easy. Once again, just practice that setup. You'll find it to be very consistent. It's really fast in a speed run. So I just wanted to take the time to like actually explain it there, because it is a very complicated setup to make it actually properly work. Like if you're just slightly off in any direction, the clip won't work. Like the chunk will be off and you won't be able to clip through the wall. So yeah, I just recommend studying this. But yeah, once you're through, now you just proceed like normal. Come up here. You can grab a chunk from this guy, which will destroy him, and now you can use it to surf across this room. Take the chunk, hit that switch, break the gold here, trigger this guy, turn around, break this wall, hit this harp, and then the ultimate goal is to find one of these green chunks in that little room. I didn't find one, but pick up a green chunk and you can use this to surf. What's nice about these green chunks is they never run out. They're infinite because they're like made of rubber, so you could use these forever, right? Yeah, no worries at all on these. They're really nice. So yeah, get a green chunk, and then you're gonna go into this room. Go into this room, you're gonna AFAT over this wall, and then you're gonna AFAT and chunk jump up here, smash the Terravoider, skip the cutscene, jump back down, grab your chunk again, AFAT over this guy, over this wall, throw the chunk at, or break the pink stuff, and then talk to this fractone. Dialogue here is super important. The first thing you want to select is yes, and then you're going to want to click on is there a tunnel. That is the fastest way to get through the dialogue. Keep mashing A, skip the cutscene, and then dive down through the gold. Once you're down here, you might end up landing down here in the water. That's fine. Just jump up, back up on the ledge. Once you're up here, break the thing, and then do your ZL and Y mashing, and then follow the exact path. You're going to want to go a little bit to the left, go around the green chunks there, and then go right. Hit the harp, and then kind of go diagonally left and forward a little bit, and then you'll be in this room. Now, there's one of two things you can do here at this wall. You could either neutral roll punch the wall and break through the guy, or you could just go up to him and wait for him to smash down and then jump over him. I highly recommend, like, if you're not familiar with, like, if you're not able to break through the wall consistently, then just do the safer strat. You're not losing much time by doing that. The proper way to break through this wall is a strategy called neutral roll punching. And what that is it's roll punching, but you're not holding any direction on the joystick. You're just mashing ZL and Y. So you're going to run up to him and you're going to mash ZL and Y without holding the joystick at all. And if you do it fast enough, you'll break through him without him falling down on you and taking damage. I'm not going to showcase that because I don't want to take any damage here. But I just wanted to mention that that is a strategy. So when you see a speed run that just breaks through the wall immediately, that's exactly what they're doing. They're just running up to it and then neutral roll punching. Basically just doing that and breaking through them. But yeah. So let's go ahead and trigger the wall, turn around, run back, jump over him. We're going to hit the detonator. No cutscene here, so don't hit select or minus or anything. There is no cutscene. So make sure you don't accidentally do that. Sometimes you get lucky and there'll be a chunk there from the wall, but I don't think that's only when you break them. Alternatively, you can grab a chunk from a fractoid and then just do some like AFATs and FATs all the way back up to Poppy here. Talk to Poppy. Just mash A. Keep mashing. Hold L and R at this point to get ready for the drum beat. You'll start the drum beat, and then skip the cutscene. Mash A through the dialogue. There's no special dialogue here. Just keep going. Roll jump up to Poppy. Talk to her. Mash through the dialogue. And then the most iconic dialogue in the game. Bananas. Everyone's favorite dialogue. I don't understand it. But, yeah. Mash through the dialogue and then jump into the barrel. Now, this fight, very specific thing you want to do to make this go fast. Just like you do in the tunnels, you're going to want to do the Y mashing strat like you do in the tunnels. But make sure you hit the balls. Skip the cutscene. And then make sure you hit the balls into the center of each face on the edges. Like so. It'll make it easier to break and save you a bit of time. There is faster ways to do this, but it's very inconsistent. So do that. Break. 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 Now if you're... Oh, I missed it. Well, it's so hard to do while like explaining it. But you get the idea. Basically, the idea is you break the center of each face and then you try to hit the ball in between two of them. That way you break two at once instead of just one at a time like I did there. Super slow. It just takes some practice. Of course, I didn't get it in this video, but that's okay. That's not the point of this video. And then that will be the end of the groove layer and bring us into the feast layer. Now, one thing you'll notice that was probably a little bit off, you may not have noticed, there was no cutscene before diving down. That is because the skips that we did in groove caused this to happen. No idea why. It messes up, sequence breaks the game, and now there's no longer any cutscenes before you dive into another layer anymore. It's interesting. But I'll point it out in every video throughout the rest of the run, just so you can kind of understand like where that happens. But yeah, anyways, we'll move on to the feast layer here.